Before we discuss who taxpayer may claim as a dependent, I will give you an overview of what is a dependent, why claim someone as a dependent, and what qualifies someone as a dependent. Dependent is someone other than the taxpayer who relies on another person for financial support for housing, food, clothing, and other necessities. Why claim someone as a dependent? Because it could save you thousands of dollars on your taxes. It could add up to substantial savings on your tax bill. There are two types of dependent, a qualifying child and a qualifying relative. In order to determine if the person could be your dependent, I created 3 flowcharts, and all 3 flowcharts have a different video that I recorded for you. Flowchart 1 is Table 1, all dependent, Flowchart 2 is Table 2, qualifying relative dependent, and Flowchart 3 is a Table 3, children of divorced or separated parents. These flowchart helps you determine if you have a qualifying child dependent or qualifying relative. We should start with Table 1, which is the first step in determining dependence. So let's start Table 1. The first question we should ask in determining dependent: can you or your spouse, if filing jointly, be claimed as a dependent on another taxpayer's tax return this year? An individual is not a dependent of person if that person is not required to file an income tax return and either does not file an income tax return or files an income tax return solely to claim a refund of estimated or withheld taxes. If yes, then if you can be claimed as a dependent by another taxpayer, you may not claim anyone else as your dependent. But if you are not someone else dependent, then we need to test another condition. If the person is not married as of December 31st, 2024, and the person is not a United States citizen, United States resident alien, United States national, Canada, or a Mexico. Answer: yes, if you a United States citizen or United States national and you adopted a child who lived with you as a member of your household all year. If the residency test fails, then you cannot claim this person as a dependent. But if the person was married in end of tax year and filing a joint return. Answer: no, if the person files joint return only to claim a refund of income tax withheld or estimated tax paid. If the person files a joint return, then you cannot claim this person as a dependent. Otherwise, we need to test if the person is a United States citizen, United States resident alien, United States national, Canada, or a Mexico. Answer: yes, if you a United States citizen or United States national and you adopted a child who lived with you as a member of your household all year. If residency test fails, then you cannot claim this person as a dependent. Otherwise, we need to test if the person your son, daughter, stepchild, eligible foster child, brother, sister, half-brother, half-sister, stepbrother, stepsister, or a descendant of any of them, for example, your grandchild, niece, or nephew. Note: an adopted child is treated the same as a natural child, for the purpose of determining whether a person is related to you in any of these ways. For example, an adopted brother or sister is your brother or sister. An adopted child includes a child who lawfully placed with a person for legal adoption. If no, then this person is not your qualifying child. Go to Table 2, qualifying relative dependents. But he is a qualifying child, then. Was the person under age 19 at the end of the year and younger than you or your spouse, if filing jointly, or under age 24 at the end of the year, a full-time student, and younger than you or your spouse, if filing jointly, or any age if permanently and totally disabled at any time during the year. Note: a person is permanently and totally disabled if he or she can't engage in any substantial gainful activity because of physical or mental condition, and a doctor determines the condition has lasted, or can be expected to last continuously for at least a year or can lead to death. If age test fails, then this person is not your qualifying child. Go to Table 2, Qualifying Relative Dependents. Otherwise, we need to test if the person lived with you as a member of your household, except for temporary absences, for more than half the year. Note, a child is considered to have lived with you during periods of time when one of you, or both, are temporarily absent due to illness, education, business, vacation, military service, institutionalized care for a child who is permanently and totally disabled, or incarceration. In most cases, a child of divorced or separated parents is the qualifying child of the custodial parent. Answer: yes, if child was born or died during the year. Adopted children, foster children, kidnapped children does not have to live with you more than half the year to qualify as your dependent. Use Table 3 to see if the dependency for children of divorced or separated parents or parents who live apart applies. If the person did not live with you more than half the year, then this person is not your qualifying child. Go to Table 2, Qualifying Relative Dependents. But if the person lived with you as member of the household for more than half the year, we need to see if the person provide more than half of his or her own support for the year. Note, use the support determination worksheet located in the digital download section of your login page of qsbookkeeping.com or volunteeraccountant.org to determine person support. If the person provide more than half his support, then you cannot claim this person as a dependent. But if he did not provide more than half of his or her own support, then we test if he is a qualifying child of another taxpayer. If so, go to the chart, Qualifying Child of More Than One Person, Tiebreaker Rules. Otherwise, you can claim this person as a qualifying child dependent.